Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. You can find us in Campbellville, Ontario. We have rescued chickens, pigs, and cows and goats. We've got plenty more farmed animals, big and small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Happily ever after Farm Sanctuary.
Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Heath's Barnside Chat. We are live here from Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary in Campbellville, Ontario, and it is a blustery, cool day today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Unfortunately, I have to start today's live feed with some sad news. This past month has been hard on the farm, and I've got some more bad news to share. Friends, it's with regret that I must let you know the passing of Gladys and Moose. Gladys and Moose both arrived at the sanctuary in 2015, and they both departed us on November the 3rd. Felt around the world and around the farm, and friends, I'm so sorry to start off the Barnside Chat with this sad news. So, a moment for Gladys and Moose. We had been working around the clock with Gladys and Moose, trying to alleviate their pain the best that we could, and the caregivers and the maintenance personnel, everybody here was involved with trying to make their lives pain-free. And I'm afraid that we took them to a point where we could no longer provide them with that relief. So, sad news, friends, and I'm so sorry to be the one that seems to be bearing the bad news lately. So, Gladys and Moose, rest in peace. And of course, any of the residents that pass away here at the farm, they will be honored on Memorial Trail, and a stone will be chosen from the property, and it will be engraved with their name and with their arrival date and their departure date, and it will be placed along Memorial Trail. Each of their bodies has gone for private cremation, and when the ashes return back to the farm, we will disperse the ashes along Memorial Trail. Thank you so much to the monthly donors and the daily donors that help us on a daily basis, and who are certainly helping with their afterlife care. If you would like to make a donation, tax-deductible donation in Canada and the U.S. You can do so at happilyeverester.ca/donate, and there's an opportunity to put a line on the donation, and you could say in memory of Gladys and Moose or some other dedication. So that is that. I'm going to change gears here for a moment and sandwich the sad with the fun stuff. And operating a sanctuary, oftentimes it seems like it's just petting animals and loving the residents, but it's a lot more than that. If love could save them all, they would live forever. And it's not easy. And although some of the things that we put online might make it look easy and fun, there are lots of rewarding moments throughout. Don't get me wrong, but it is certainly one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my life. Friends that are just joining us, my name's Derek Walter. I am one of the founders and executive director here at the farm, and welcome to Barnside Chat, my co-host, my sidekick, my right arm, the person that is in charge of all of the resident healthcare, Andrea White. They are off today, off this week, and we hope that they're getting all sorts of rest that they full out deserve. So it'll just be myself here today, and of course we have many people tuning in from around the world. We have Ian, we've got Penny, hello Louise, hello Christina, sending love to everybody. I'm scrolling through the hundreds of comments that are coming in. We have Gail from New York, we have Sharon, we have, I'm on there, hello friends. We have Arja from Finland. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever the world you're tuning in from. If you have a question that you would like answered, all you have to do is write your question below in the comment feed, and then it will end up inside the magic rainbow bag. And we're going to take some of those questions right now. Here we go. First question. Let's see. This one is from Tessa. And Tessa wants to know, if one resident is costing tons of money and is always sick, would you ever make a decision to euthanize so as not to drain the bank account for all the other residents? I follow a U.S. sanctuary that keeps putting tons of money into an ill animal, but to the detriment and care of the other residents who they can't afford. How does the sanctuary handle this dilemma? When is it enough? Funds are absolutely one of the first thing that is looked at in terms of healthcare when determining whether or not a procedure can happen with a resident. You always have to be able to afford it. Healthcare is so expensive. I'm going to go inside the room because it is very windy, and I worry that you can't hear me very well. So excuse me while I change. There we are. Funds available are always, a contributing factor, and also all of the other residents that are in need of your daily care and your daily pocketbook. It's so important to remember that each of the residents that are in our care are here for life, and we would hate to have to make a decision based on funds alone, but I certainly can appreciate and understand how that is troubling for, to spend all of the money on one resident while you have so many other residents. But careful financial planning, making sure you have a solid donor base, and of course, making sure that the resident is healthy enough to undergo these procedures and that they're being kept alive for the right reasons. So there's no real cookie cutter answer here, but as you all know, operating a sanctuary is extremely expensive, and constantly raising funds for them is a full-time job. And so I hope that this sanctuary that you're talking about, I hope that they have enough supporters to carry on and have the support that they need for the rest of their residents. Great question. We'll take another question from the question bag. This is from Maggie. And Maggie wants to know, did any of the produce that was grown not go over well? Were there any veggies that weren't very popular? Do you know the answer to this question? Do you want to take this? No. There's Jen Jones, one of the resident caregivers, has says that we have a lot of kale left over, and so that's probably one of the veggies. We also had just a metric ton of parsley. I know they like parsley, but it was harder to pick, and so kale and parsley, and they were extremely successful. But I think that's why we have so much left. Is because it was very successful in growing, and there's only some of the residents that like kale, and some of them that don't. So, great question, Maggie. This question comes from Rick. When trimming my dog's toenails, on occasion I've cut too short and hit the quick. Do pig hooves have quicks? And if not, how much do you remove during a trim? Thanks. So great question, Rick. Pig hooves definitely have quicks in within the nail or within the hoof or within the horn, whatever you want to call it. But you can definitely cut them too short, and you would have the same experience as you would with your dog. And they would be annoyed that you cut them too short. It's like trimming our own toenails too short, if you've ever done that, and that one has bled a little bit, and it stings and it hurts. It's not life-ending, but of course it does sting and hurt. So we use something called Quick Stop powder, and that gets packed in, and then hopefully that stops the bleeding. But yep, there is definitely a quick. And how do you make sure you don't remove too much? Well, if you take a flashlight and you shine it up under the hoof, some residents, you can see the quick in if their nail is a light-colored nail. But if it's a darker-colored nail, it's super hard to see the quick. You can have the foot x-rayed so you can see how far the bone is from the sole of the foot, so it can help you with how much nail to take off if you're unsure. But little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. That's how it all goes. Thank you, Rick. If you have a question you would like answered, put it in the comment feed below, and one of our kind admin volunteers will pluck the answer out by magic and send it on over to the rainbow bag, and we'll answer questions weekly as we go along. If your question's not answered during Barnside Chat, perhaps it's at the bottom of the bag. It keeps getting shuffled around. The questions do stay inside the bag, and we just keep adding and adding and adding. And I added a bunch just before we started today, so there's a bunch of fresh questions. There was maybe 4 or 5 that remained in the bag, and then I just added about 20. So if you have a question, put it in the comment feed below, or you can private message us if you're too shy. But go ahead and ask any question that you would like below, and we'd be happy to answer it. I hear lots of shuffling going on in the background, and I can hear one of my favorite residents, Tammy, talking away. So we might as well head down the hallway and go see what Tammy's up to. Oh, hello. You're not Tammy. Hey, are you Captain? Oh, there's Tammy. And Pumpkin. Hello, baby girl. Hello, baby girl. So there's Tammy, and there's Pumpkin, who are both right now on dry stall. Pumpkin, of course, is recovering from her emergency surgery, and Tammy was noticed by one of the caregiving team. One of the caregivers noticed that Tammy was limping and was quite lame. I can hear Captain Dan buzzing around down. Good big boy, there he is. Hello, hi. What are you doing? You here with Mama? Here's April right here. Oh, I'm blocking April. There's April right here. Hello, big boy Dan. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And who else is in here? We got Brindle and Mama and Captain Dan. We're inside the main Heath's barn. Sorry, I got distracted there by Captain Dan. So a few days ago, Tammy was noticed with a limp, and so Tammy was brought into the barn and examined by the caregiver team. And the caregiving team couldn't find anything. And with lameness, especially the way that Tammy was presenting, it was so important that we got Tammy looked at right away. Let's see if I got the video. Oops. I took a video. Sorry, friends, I'm clicking around here. Let's see if I got it. Yeah. Here is a video of Tammy and what's happening with Tammy. Enjoy. Come see. So, came to the farm and got foot ready for X-rays and
I'm going to do
a
now is
abscess.
just see if I can see the entry point. Assuming that what we have is an abscess brewing in there. It would make sense considering the focal pain and the crack up top here. Because the pressure of the abscess underneath is what can cause it to crack up on the wall.
Is all that like red stuff in the middle normal, or is that what the...
That looks like she's got a bit of sole bruising.
Okay.
But that, it's not like bruising at the bottom.
Tammy was lifted using our feet first chute. And you can see Tammy here enjoying some cookies. And all of her feet are off the ground and she's saddled. We would not be able to provide this care without this piece of equipment. This piece of equipment has been so monumental in the care that we've been able to provide the pigs. You can see she's got her front hooves up. She's holding them up.
Spot.
Yep.
So that's a gas pocket.
Okay.
And you can see the bone looks fine. It's not going all the way up. It looks scarier on this image because you can see that crack.
Pretty close.
So, touch screen, such fun. So you can see that crack there, right? Mm-hmm. So you look at that and go, ooh, but you got to remember three-dimensional structure in 2D, right?
So that's the top.
So then when you look at it that way, you can see that the crack is there, but here's the actual abscess down here.
So, thankfully, that abscess was found early by the team, and Tammy's foot was taken care of. That was all yesterday. And so Tammy will be on dry stall and antibiotics for a couple of weeks. And with any luck, that abscess was caught early, and Tammy will be back out with the herd in a couple of short weeks. Yeah, Tammy. Hi, baby. Hi, girl. Hello. Hi. How are you? Oh, goodness, she's so pretty. You are so pretty. You are so pretty. Yes. So beautiful. So, there's something exciting. So, we've talked about healthcare, we've talked about loss. This is something that I have been very excited to have the opportunity to see this artwork come in and then see it be transformed into new merchandise. Announcing, friends, that Bobby Girl merch is here. This beautiful artwork piece was commissioned, and we've stocked the store with special items featuring this beautiful artwork. Please visit the store. Our kind admin will put a link below. And the Bobby Girl merch, I cannot wait to get my hands on some of this, because I think this is going to be my new favorite coffee mug. I was actually even thinking about what that would look like as a tattoo, but we'll start with a coffee mug first. And you can see there's beautiful apparel, there's t-shirts, and there's sweatshirts, and not related to Bobby Girl, but there's also some really super cute shoes, loafers, and a hat, which I think is pretty smashing. So head on over to happilyeverafter.ca. You can click on store, and the Bobby Girl merch is here, and it's going to be flying off the shelves. Another thing that has arrived, and we are starting shipping, is the 2023 and 24 calendar. And check out who it is. It's Bobby Girl. Of course, she was going to be on the calendar. So head on over to the Heath store, and we are now shipping some amazing Bobby Girl merch and the 2023 calendar. Woot woot! All right, even though Andrea is not here, I am going to uphold I am going to do the entire show here. Andrea, of course, is on holidays, and it's time for the Sanctuary Weather Report. So I'm filling in for Andrea. Andrea does so good at the weather report. The weather is changing at the farm. It's certainly getting cooler nights, but let's see where we are right now with the temperature. It's 10 out right now. It's windy. It's cooler than it is out. It feels cooler than it actually is. It's 10. It's very breezy today. You'll notice I've got my winter jacket and my hood ready to come up. Week, let's see where the week long is. Ooh, we're getting down into the -5 temperatures. That's next week, next Monday. But during the day, in the midweek, Thursday, Friday, it's looking pretty warm. A bit of rain. It's pretty up and down. And that is another episode of the Sanctuary Report. All right. We have some other channels that we currently post stuff on. We've got the YouTube channel, and we also have Instagram channel, and there's also this channel, which you're following us on right now, or at least I hope you're following us on. Please make sure you go up and you click on the follow button up somewhere along the top menu here. That way, so that you will always know when we go live, when there are new posts, and also there are videos being posted to TikTok. Let's take another question from the question bag, and then I got a video that's going to see us off. Another question from the question bag. If you have a question you'd like it answered, put it in the comment bead below. I also want to mention that we've got 2 work dates coming up, 2 public work dates if you'd like to come to the farm and help out. Oh, there it is. I've got someone's commenting on my Band-Aid shaving incident that I had. We have 2 more work days. That is Sunday, November the 13th, and Sunday, November the 27th. If you'd like to sign up, head on over to happilyeverafter.ca and click on volunteer. We would love to have you come to the farm. We have a lot of jobs to do. There's a lot of leaves and a lot of poop to deal with. Here is a question from the question bag. Let me bring it up. Here we go. Question from the question bag. Maggie wants to know, you mentioned the fire suppression systems on the farm. I wonder how far it is to the closest community fire department, and does the farm have a relationship with the local fire people? Maggie, so the closest community fire department is about an 8-minute drive from the farm, and 8 minutes is a long ways away if there's an emergency happening. Excuse me. So we have other fire suppression equipment around the farm. There are fire extinguishers, there are fire blankets, there are fire suppression systems in the roofs of the building. And there are alarms that will go off on our telephones should any of the alarms trigger. We have heat-sensitive cameras, and detecting a fire early is our best chance at putting it out. Do we have a relationship with the local fire people? Well, they are going to come out for a site inspection and also to discuss our gates that we have, because our main driveway that has our 911 emergency address number on it also has a residential bridge, which is not suitable for most of the trucks to go over. So we have another entrance called the north entrance, and that does not go over any bridges or any water. So that would be the entrance that we would bring them in, and we'll be making that plan with them. Oddly enough that you asked this question, Kevin has been working with all of the volunteers and all of the team members to go over and retouch on fire safety, emergency protocol, how to use a fire extinguisher, and how to explain to the fire department where we are. Great question. This week, so some wonderful photos coming out from this week that were captured. This is Hercules and Captain Dan, and Hercules is doing awesome. He's started his sessions with the osteopath and is now doing wonderful things because of his confidence. Now Hercules is working on his badge of bravery and spending time here with Captain Dan. You can also see that he's spending time with April. April is, of course, his mother, and he fell out with his mother many years ago. And we posted this story about how he fell out with his mom. We reposted it on the Facebook page, so if you're interested to read that story, just scroll back a little bit in time and you'll see the post about it. An awesome photo captured this week. Check this out. This line of piggy bums from one end of the pasture to the next. I thought this was an awesome capture. It made me smile from ear to ear, and I know that it'll make you smile too. Closest to the bottom of this photo, that's Jolene, and everybody's laying out in the sun. So cute. I love that capture. And we also have Sammy here with Helen. Sammy is one of the largest pigs in his crew, and Helen is one of the smallest. So it does not matter your size. It does not matter. But what does matter, of course, is the hierarchy that exists across all herds. Check out this video.
You're live in Las Vegas. No, it's not live.
This is Bailey with Escalade, and Bailey is one of the caregivers for the farm. Bailey and Escalade are developing Escalade is one of the difficult to tame, and we're looking forward to learning all of the instruments. The crows at the farm are easy to spot now. The leaves are pretty much all gone from the trees. I saw wagging a pumpkin go by the front of the farmhouse. Where they were. Follow that way. And there are pumpkins left over from the pumpkin patch. These pumpkins. To the big pig herd.
Hello. You're on Barnside Chat. Ah. Oh, there's Hercules. Where's that Tim? Oh, no, that's Herc. Hello. Oh, you're ready for the pumpkin smash. something's up. He's been house cleaning by the looks of it. He must be in a stall that's got good straw in it. Dan! Big boy Dan! Oh. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Oh, is Tammy on her own?
As of today? As of today?
Look at those famous ears bobbing up and down.
That's a good one. Yeah, the squirrels have been loving the pumpkins. Have you got one full of water yet? Have you seen those? Oh, that one was close. How many pumpkins are you guys getting? None. None.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to East Barnside Chat. My name is Derek. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.